Good morning. How are you? I hope you're having a nice day today. I believe if you're watching this, it is Thursday. So happy Thursday to you. Today, we have been doing geometry lessons. We're going to switch it up and do some of the other math concepts that maybe aren't covered with our Montessori materials, but are still really important to learn about anyway. I have a feeling if Maria Montessori had lived to be 200, she would have probably made materials for these. So we'll do the best we can, and we're going to have some fun while we do it. For some of you, this may be a review. I know some of our classes have done this, but it's kind of a good review. It's something I had trouble with as a kid because I always got these symbols flipped. But then, when I was a grown up, somebody taught me a trick to help remember them. So I'm going to show that to you today so that you don't have to be like me and be a confused 30-year-old before you understand this. You're going to get this by the time you're 7, so or 8 or 9 or 6. So how exciting are you? All right. Greater than, less than, equal to. Let's start with the one we know. I always like to start with what I know. Got our equal sign there, as in 1 plus 2 is equal to 3, or the number 4, spoiler alert, it's equal to 4. 4 is equal to 4. I bet you didn't know that before now. Just kidding. So we work with our equal sign all the time. We use it to talk about how we treat each other, saying that we are equal to each other. So we know equal to pretty well. We work with equal every day. But sometimes things aren't equal. So we need a different symbol for that. So that's where these two guys come in. So if we were working at school at this point, we would get our bead bar box out because we like to hold and use things as we are learning. But they're a little hard to see on the computer, so I drew them, sort of. So now we've got a 5 bar and a 6 bar. And I would ask you, well, which one is bigger, 5 or 6? I hope you would say 6. You might not, but I hope you would. And so you would say, okay, well, 6 is the greater number. It's bigger. So, okay. At this point, this is where tiny Lindsay would be so confused. Because I'd be like, should I use this symbol or this symbol? So let me give you a clue. Because they look kind of the same, don't they? They're just flipped. I had no idea. I was very confused. I just kind of faked it through this lesson when I was a kid, I'm pretty sure. But then my teacher in college taught me that if you pretend like these symbols are alligators, the mouth always faces the bigger number. And she said because alligators aren't going to eat a bug, they're going to eat a bigger animal to keep them full for a little while. So the alligator mouth always faces the bigger number. And that makes sense to my brain. So when we look at this, usually we make a geometry stick alligator and we chomp it. But my weird alligator drawing will just have to do for now. If you hear weird growling in the background, it's my puppy attacking a shoe while we learn math. All right, so 5, 6, and we're going to draw our alligator in between. So 5 is less than 6 would be the way we would read that. But as long as we have that mouth facing the bigger number, we're good. So now let's do another one. 72. I don't have a bead bar for 72. We're going crazy now. 1. I want you to think long and hard, okay? Just take a deep breath and calm down with me and think. Is 72 bigger or smaller than 1? Do you have it yet? Do you need some more time to think? No? Okay. I'm guessing that you're like, Lindsay, you're so dumb. This is not funny. You're like thinking 72 is definitely bigger than 1. So we've got our alligator mouth. So he's going to face 72. Easy. So greater than, less than, equal to. Now let's get really crazy. Let's put some math facts up and we'll decide which math fact is bigger or less than the other one, okay? 2 plus 4 is on this side. Let's do 3 plus 7 on that side, okay? 2 plus 4, I'll give you some time. What's that? Oh, you're right. It's equal to 6. Why am I like pretending like we're talking? I must miss you very much. 3 plus 7. What's that, Fester? Oh, he just squeaked his toy to being 10. All right. So now all we have to decide is 6 bigger or less than 10? Is it more or less? And I'm going to guess that it's less than 10 because that's cool. So, boop. Our alligator mouth is going to face that 10. But we'll put it up here by our equation. So 2 plus 4 is less than 3 plus 7. So for today, I just want you to get to know the symbols. And if you know the symbols, say hello to them. You haven't seen them in a while. They're like an old friend you want to catch up with. So greater than, less than, equal to. So in your Google Drive this morning, there will be a document that says greater than, less than, equal to. And if you open that up, and it'll have the symbols. It'll have boop, boop, boop. So if you open that, then you can look. And these symbols are on your keyboard. You just need to use the shift button and then hold it down, and then that button that you usually press for a period, if you press shift and you press that button, it'll make this symbol. So I'll just write that down in case you want to look back or freeze this and look at it when you're ready to do your work. Shift, and then you hold it, and then the period, I'm not going to put the plus there because that's confusing. Okay, so shift and period for that one. For the less than, I think some of you have gotten used to writing commas because of your other lesson this week. So for less than, you're going to hold shift again. And hit the comma button. Our curriculums are colliding with the same button on your computer. For equal to, the equal button is at the top next to the delete button. So I hope that's helpful for you when you are figuring out which symbol to put. If you're having a hard time with that, you can ask a parent, but try to do it on your own because I know we're all co-workers together and we don't want it to stress anybody out. So I hope you have a fantastic day. It's been fun learning with you, and have a great one. I'll see you soon.